On your way to level 85, there's a lot of things I would highly recommend you to do. If you follow this guide, you will not only save a lot of time, but by the time you reach level 85, you can pretty much also instantly head into your first heroic. So before the launch day, I had prepared 25 completed quests, so I could hand these in instantly and get to 81 in next to no time. I did this, but honestly it didn't end up saving me too much time. The main reason for this were because I had to go back to either Vashj'ir or Mount Hyjal to start farming reputation with the different factions. I chose Mount Hyjal and there's a good explanation for this. I will get back to this later in the video. What I quickly noticed were how easy it was to level in this zone, especially because I could use my epic flying all the time, and I could get from 81 to 82 in less than an hour. This would be the exact same if I came here at level 80. As I was completing the different quests, I also got huge upgrades that replaced most of my gear from Wrath of the Lich King. And within 1 hour, I had already completed so many quests that I made it to Honored with the faction Guardians of Hyjal. At this point, I was also close to level 82, so I decided to continue questing, and as I got to Revert, I was also close to 82.5, which means you will probably also be level 82 yourself. If not, continue to do a couple of more quests, but by the time you reach level 82, it's also gonna be important that you leave Mount Hyjal. But before you leave the zone, make sure to also head to the Quartermaster. If you got to Revert, you can get yourself a head enchant. Honored, there's going to be 83 items you can purchase, so you can equip these when you get to the level to increase your own leveling speed, and you could of course also purchase yourself the tabard that you will be using when you head into your first heroic or maybe level 85 dungeon. Alright, so after reaching level 82, you gotta leave the zone, and next you should start the quest chain for Deepholm. Deepholm requires you to be level 82. But why is it so important to start questing here as quickly as possible? Well, there's a couple of different reasons for this. First off, higher level zones equals better rewards from the quest, so you will replace your Mount Hyjal gear by going here. On top of this, you're gaining reputation with two different factions, which is Pharazane and Earthen Ring. If you, for example, went to Vashj'ir instead of Mount Hyjal, you would gain reputation with the Earthen Ring. But by doing this method, you will simply have reputation with the Earthen Ring, Guardians of Hyjal and Pharazane, so 3 factions instead of 2. You could of course also have quested in Vashj'ir to gain a lot more reputation with the Earthen Ring, but this would also have resulted in you having no reputation with Guardians of Hyjal. Questing here got me to 83 in a couple of hours, and like I mentioned, I got reputation with Pharazane. And I made it to Honored. If I had continued to quest here, I could also have got to Revert, but for me the most important part were of course to be friendly for the tabard, but also Honored, as I could get myself the new shoulder enchants that I will be using at level 85. For those of you who would like to gain more reputation, you can quest here up to around 83.5. By then you will also be Revert, which allows you to purchase yourself a level 85 ring, or well, 4 different rings. Anyway, by the time you've got yourself to Honored with Pharazane and you have reached level 83, it's time for you to head to the next zone, Uldum. Before I went to that zone, I also did a bit of profession leveling, as the different things I could craft could also increase my own leveling speed, and of course also allow me to gain different enchants, at least as a leather worker. There's going to be many different things you can craft with professions, and these you can use either at max level, but also when you're leveling up. Okay, so after leveling professions for a bit, it was time for me to start the Uldum quest chain. After not too long, there will be a quest where you need to decide a reward. You gotta make sure you pick the item that gives you 1000 reputation. It's way better than gaining 200 gold. Like I've mentioned earlier in the guide, it's gonna be important to swap to these higher level zones as quickly as possible. The rewards will be insane. For example here, an item level 325 hit. Equipment like this will boost your overall item level, which will be so important to focus on before you reach level 85. Now I was level 84 and my reputation with all the different factions were looking pretty damn good. Yeah, even the faction in this zone were now honored. Before I left Uldum, I made sure I purchased the tabard and also the different level 83 items, at least the ones I could use. I even purchased the ones for my off specialization in case I had to play this at level 85. Hopefully you're also in a guild and you have got yourself the cloak that allow you to teleport to either Stormwind City as an alliance player or Orgrimmar as a horde player, because now is the perfect time for you to use this. By the way, remember to also head to your class trainer to learn the different things. I forgot to do this at level 81 and 83. Anyway, right now you're level 84 and what you can be doing at this level is gonna be so many different things. First off, start the quest chain for Twilight Highlands. It will take some time, but it rewards some decent experience and even a rare item at the end. Another thing I did as I was doing the quest chain were also to sign up for 2 specific dungeons, Grim Patrol and Lost City of the Tolvir. The reason why I signed up for these 2 specific dungeons were because there's going to be different quests I could do to gain additional experience and also guaranteed blue items. On top of this, whenever you kill the different bosses, there's also a chance that you might get yourself some rare equipment. These items is going to be item level 333, so a huge upgrade as you're leveling up, but also something that will help you get into your first heroic. So not only do you get yourself rare items, at least guaranteed from the quest, but you're also going to get a lot of experience, and this is the same case with Grim Patrol. So immediately after the other dungeon, I went right into Grim Patrol, and just from slaying the different things, I gained 1 bar, and of course the experience from the different quests. It was quite easy to do, even though none of us were level 85. So far I have not even got myself into Twilight Highlands, and I'm almost 5 bars into level 84. Now I needed to continue doing my quest chain, so I could also start questing in Twilight Highlands, and like I mentioned earlier, you're going to get a rare item at the end. When you get yourself to Twilight Highlands, this will also be the last zone you will be questing in until you reach level 85, and try to complete as many quests as possible, and also do the arena quest chain, as this rewards a lot of experience and even a rare weapon at the end. Therefore, I found 4 other people who would like to do the quest chain as well. It's gonna be important that you assemble a party, as the elites will have a lot of health and also do a lot of damage. So you need to make sure you have at least 1 tank, 1 healer, and probably 3 DPS. By completing the quest chain, I got almost 1.5 bars worth of experience. Sadly, I couldn't use the weapon at the end because it wasn't for feral, but then I got myself a decent weapon for healing or balance. Next up, you should continue to do as many quests as possible in the zone, as this will reward your reputation with either Dragonmaw clan as a Horde player or Wildhammer clan as an Alliance player. I managed to also do a quest chain that rewarded me with a feral weapon, so this was quite amazing, and now it was just time for me to get to level 85. One thing that especially made it so easy for me to level up were probably also the leveling guide I was following, and yeah, I will give it a shout out because it saved me a lot of time. For more information about this leveling add-on, make sure to use the link below this video, as it will redirect you to the download page. So here I reached level 85 at the launch day, and what I've accomplished is quite amazing, and you will be able to achieve this yourself. Honored with all the factions, beside Guardians of Hyjal, which is revered. I also made it to Honored with the Earthen Ring, and that's because some of the quests in Twilight Highlands gave me reputation with this faction. Alright, so now that you're at level 85, what should you be doing next? Well, this is something I'll cover in a future video. So if you would like to see what I've done in 6 hours to also get amazing items, then make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when I post this video.